Hello, and welcome to the Quick Bite provided by the Skilled Workers Get Jobs 2.1 grant. This one is going to talk about 5 ways to keep your students engaged while teaching online. Day number 1 is be ready to teach on day 1. You want to be excited about your class. If you're not excited, no one else is going to be. I often told my coworkers, you need to be the most excited person there. Second, I highly recommend that you have an icebreaker. It can be something as simple as asking a few questions. Where I use Zoom, I can do polls, and I have a few questions built in that ask, like, do you have a pet? Those sorts of questions. I was recently at a conference, and they had everyone have a sticky note, and they asked questions, and if it applied to you, you just stayed plain. If it didn't apply to you, you put the sticky note in front of the camera so that people couldn't see you. So it was a really low-tech way to do an icebreaker, kind of like the stand-up, sit-down. Do review your syllabus. Our syllabus is our contract with the students, and so many people just go, oh, read the syllabus in your spare time, and then they're upset when students don't know that there are penalties for late work or something else. Personally, I have a quiz that I call the Syllabus Scavenger Hunt Quiz that students do for their first assignment in Moodle. And so after class, after they've looked at the quiz, they are going to go in and answer the questions to make sure they know what my late policy is, how to communicate, etc. But the biggest thing to remember is you never get a second chance to make a first impression. You want to go in prepared, excited, and let students know what to do so that you're starting out on the right foot. Number 2, create an organized, intuitive class format. I was teaching long before the internet or online classes in any format, and I had folders and notebooks that I organized everything for my class. So much like here are the yellow, orange, and green. I had colored notebooks and colored folders that went with a specific class. It was easy to stay very organized. You want to do the same thing on an online environment. Remember, your students might be taking as many as 5 or sometimes even more classes. They have to figure out how each class is set up and what they're doing. You need to make it easy to do. Don't make students search for due dates. I really strongly believe you should always use the same days of the week for due dates. For my classes, for fall semester, and it was also true of summer, is students knew that if it was a Monday or Thursday, they had something due. Sometimes it was a smaller assignment, especially on holiday weeks. I do not have assignments due on a holiday, but if it was a holiday week, but they still knew that they had assignments due on a Monday or a Thursday. Have a video overview of the class. I do use the video overview both to give a little few things about the syllabus and show where it's at in case they have future questions. Take them through how things are organized and what they can find and what they can expect. And even if you're doing live class meetings, I still recommend a video overview. Most things say people need to hear things 3 times to remember it. So you saying it in a Zoom class or an online meeting where the students might be in an unfamiliar environment, they're trying to look and see if their background looks okay, their camera's angled right, they might not remember it. So do a video overview. Have proactive communication. As we go into about our 9th or 10th week of the fall semester, which has really been the first semester that's been entirely online, what I hear from students when they have concerns about other classes is they never hear from the instructor. They submit things, they don't know what's happening to them, they don't get the feedback. Send emails, have course announcements, have discussion forums. I have a water cooler in all of my classes where students can just post something if they want to. I have one class that people are really engaged in it. They do everything from a quick joke to something else. I have another class that I think I'm the only one who has posted to the water forum. And encourage two-way communication. Encourage your students to email you. Encourage them by answering them fast when they do email you. Number 4, Offer a variety of assignments. This is something that you were doing in a seated environment anyway, but you might have writings, you might have quizzes, you might have discussion forums. Remember that one style does not match everyone, and this is especially true in an online environment. However, having said that, use it with care. Students are taking a lot of classes. They need to know what to expect from your class. And if you're switching things up every single week and there doesn't seem to be a method behind it, it can get a little bit overwhelming. Number 5, it almost goes back to the very first one of number 1 is be prepared. This one is be present and personable. Have forums, have video clips, memes, and other resources. I just was talking to a student yesterday, and she said the only time they hear from an instructor is if they missed an assignment. And she goes, it feels almost punitive that they're not engaged or don't care. You want to let students know you care, and this is really the find and think about how you would have shared information in a traditional class. How can you translate that and your personality into an online class? Anyone who's watched my presentations knows I like to end with a quote, and I happen to find this one by Karen Salamanson, and I really think that remembering it not only from the perspective of how you're feeling, but how our students are feeling is very important. Anxiety happens when you think you have to figure out everything all at once. Breathe, you're strong, you got this, take it day by day. This quick bite was provided by the Skilled Workers Get Jobs 2.1 High School Engagement Grant. The opinions are the opinions of the PI and co-PIs. It does not speak for the National Science Foundation. If you do have any questions or if you have suggestions for future quick bites, please email me. Thank you.